What's up, y'all? I am back again with another video, and today we're gonna be reacting to sorry, Monster Energy Supercross 6 first look gameplay. So I heard about this game. I heard about this definitely about to come out on the PS4 and the PS5 because number one, I just ordered my PS5 like today. Shut up, Ghost. Anyway, because right now, because I've been down to play this game because I really want to give it a try. So I'm a huge fan playing this. I'm a huge gamer playing around on the dirt, around with the other riders and stuff like that, whatever it means. So anyway, so y'all know what to do. Hit that notifications. Don't forget to subscribe to your boy. Smash the like button. Comment down below, and let's get into this video.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Kellen here from Start Your Systems, and welcome to our first look in Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game 6, where today we're just going to do a little gameplay action to kind of, I guess, preview the game for you guys. I think we're also going to have a few other videos coming out, but starting off today with a little bit of gameplay, so we're just going to do a 450 single-player game. I was going to do it on video, but the underneath the stadium part is a little bit dark, and I think that's something that they're still going to work on to fix. So we're going to change it up. We're going to go somewhere different. Let's see, maybe just a good standard A3 wouldn't be too bad right here. Let's just do that. Why not? A3 as Cooper Webb here. Standard event, realistic difficulty, one shot. It's going to be 10 minutes. And we're just going to play, and we're going to talk about it. A huge shout out, by the way, to Milestone for allowing us early access to show you guys the game. Like I said, I think we're going to have a few more videos coming out to kind of show some more stuff off, some more features of the game. But obviously, a lot of you guys have questions about the physics and the physical aspects of the game as well. So that's what I wanted to hit on here today. I wanted to play a 10-minute video here and just kind of show you what it looks like, what it feels like, and what I'm feeling, so you guys can also relate that to what you guys questions or anything that you guys have about these games.
Oh, look at all them red Hondas right there.
Access to this game, if you guys want to hear other people, I know that Wyndham, Yellow S2K, Linz, and Enduro Game also have early access to the game, so I would definitely recommend checking out what they've got going on over there if you're interested in something other than just my opinions. But yeah, let's get off to it and talk a little bit about it. Riding as Cooper Webb here on Anaheim, and yeah, right from the get-go, what I can tell you, what feels I guess better or different about this game is it feels a lot more planted to the ground to me, in and out of the corners. Like I feel like I'm actually, this time in this game, actually digging ruts and so on and so forth. And obviously I'm going to blow this rhythm section and make it look pretty terrible. But it feels like the ruts and everything that you establish in the corners actually do matter a little bit, even though I haven't played it enough to know that it's going to create ruts that actually diversify and adjust and all this stuff as the game goes on. But I feel like as you're trying to like set up and make passes, like you can actually feel the ground underneath you this time, which before I felt like it was just a lot of sliding, especially coming out of corners, which this game doesn't feel like it has too much of. I will say the in-air physics do feel very similar. If you're looking for something that's different than what we had in the past in terms of in-air physics, not really much different. It still feels, oh, look at this little, like, even rut coming out of the corner right there. That's pretty interesting. Triple on, triple off, triple through here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, look at this, like, little berms and stuff. So it looks like they tried to include some, like, pre-made ruts on some of these tracks. I've only done, like, maybe 2 tracks so far, so I can't say that it exists on all of them. But it does feel like some pre-made ruts are there so that you can, maybe jump in and out of them a little bit. Those whoops are tiny. Those are definitely a lot, bigger in real life.
Damn.
I'm not used to the way that the physics feel, because I'm honestly used to, when I play Supercross 5, having like just a little bit of slip out of the corners. This game just doesn't feel like it really has that. Like, it feels like it hooks up and grips really well. I am on realistic AI difficulty, realistic physics, all the above. So it's arguably about the hardest level of the game it could or should be. But man, it feels really grippy coming out of these corners. I don't know if that's a good thing yet. I mean, I think it's better than the slipperiness of the old game, because the old game just was, in my opinion, too much. Like, it just was unbelievable how many times you'd slide out, and now it feels really well implanted. And I feel like the actual floatiness of the air physics and everything like that feels pretty good this time too. I feel like you're going a right amount of trajectory across the air and stuff like that. It still feels a little bit clunky at times, I guess, with how you land and how things feel. And those air physics actually don't feel too bad. Like, I feel like I'm moving the bike around pretty good through the air right there. So yeah, like it's yes, I would say that visually it probably looks rather similar to the previous games, and I'm not trying to, say that it is a massive overhaul on any shape or form, but it does feel, in my opinion, different. It feels planted. It feels like the actual air physics as you float through the air feel a little bit better. And one thing that I've struggled with so far in this game that I used to love about the old games, and maybe this is because of the elimination of the slipperiness in the corners. Whoop, turned a little bit too hard right there. Is I used to love to rear end slide into corners, like grab I guess a handful of rear brake and slide into the corners. So that's what a scrub looks like. I haven't really done one of those yet. Still pretty much the exact same. But now if I rear brake slide into the corners, it doesn't really do anything. Like, it takes it a long time to even, I guess, kind of stop. And so I guess that's a feature that is no longer there, which is a little bit of a bummer because I like that ability, but maybe it's just something that they felt like in order to clean up the way that the actual ground physics felt, that's something that they needed to do. So I will say, yeah, it doesn't really feel to me like some of the ruts that I'm seeing already established on the ground are really doing much of affecting what I'm doing. It doesn't feel like it's changing my trajectory or that I'm necessarily moving any other direction because of those ruts. So it does, at least to me, look like it still is something that they haven't ironed out. Like, it doesn't even look like some of the sections have made ruts. But to be fair, this is still an early build of the game. We still have a month out before an official release. I know that they have to package it, obviously, like about 2 weeks from now to send out to stores and stuff like that. But maybe it is something that they're still trying to iron up a few things there at the end to just get the ruts to look, I don't know, better or whatever. But so far, like I said, it doesn't feel like they're digging me in and actually holding me into the corner or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's one of those catch-22s. Like, I would love to see ruts in video games. It's such a huge part of motocross and supercross, of course. However, the casual players would, in my opinion, definitely struggle to deal with ruts. So the best option would be to make it so that there's an option to not have ruts so that the casual players don't have to deal with that. But then, for us more advanced players, maybe something that actually does feel like it holds you into the corners and so on and so forth. I feel like it sucks that I chose a track that doesn't have good whoops because I have played a couple tracks already with good whoops on them, and they feel pretty good. Like, that to me is a bad indication of what the whoops are like in this game with how flat those whoops are here, but it is what it is. The sand doesn't feel like it holds me up too much. But the rest of the track, I don't know. Like, I do feel that this is a slight improvement. Is it? No. Is it game-changing? Not necessarily, but I'm feeling some things already that I like, that I feel like is good progress with the game. I think we still need to work on some air physics stuff, obviously. One thing I will say is that this game, to me, feels like they've done a lot better with the animations in the corners. Like, I feel like it looks a little bit better. I felt in the past games, you'd come into the corner, and the rider would just kind of, like, fall onto the bike, and like, you'd almost be, like, getting dragged through the corner by the bike going through the corner. I feel like this time around, it looks much more like, my Cooper Webb character here is controlling where the bike is going, and there's actually some rhyme or reason to why he's doing what he's doing in the corners. So I think it's a pretty good improvement. It's interesting that you can tuck to the inside right there and carry that much speed. I've been trying to get this quad over this table, which is what they were doing in real life. They were not tripling off right there. So it already looks like they're maybe making some slight adjustments to the actual tracks to make it a little bit more, playable or to scale to what, was actually happening in real life, for example. I was going to try to So there's a little bit of a front end slide out. I did not slide the rear end right there. That was the front end losing traction as I came through the corners. So that's also kind of new. Like, I guess there used to be some type of front end slide outs before, but that feels. And another thing too that they've completely eliminated to my feel here is as you go through these corners, you can't do the scrub corner thing. That was like the hot ticket in Supercross 5. It's why a lot of the ESX players were so good at the end, was they all like learned that technique of like scrubbing through the corners, which also meant so that you turned harder and like turned down through corners harder and stuff like that. I don't feel like I can do that. Like, I can scrub off of jumps still, like that right there, but I can't necessarily scrub through the corners. So it's interesting. I wonder what they did to the physics to make that possible, because it seems kind of interesting that it would not work in some areas and work in others. Seat bouncing wise, it still feels like the double stick lean back method is your best bet for getting a good pop. I'm still using quite a bit of like 2 sticks through the corners to actually maneuver the bike and stuff like that. Yeah, just trying to feel it out a little bit. It's interesting. Yeah, good and bad, I would say. Bad in the sense that there still is, in my opinion, a lot of room for improvement in certain areas, but good that this one actually feels, to me at least, like there is noticeably different things going on. This doesn't feel exactly like the last 3 games had to me. Like I felt like 3 through 5 you could almost play any of them and you could play them almost exactly the same way and it would feel the same way and play a very similar feel as well. This one I feel like I'm having to move the sticks a little bit differently to hit sections certain ways. I'm having to slow up for corners certain ways. I'm not using the clutch at all, which is still, I guess, something that, you know, you would maybe like to see ironed out or something, but I don't know. You know, the sim games that we have, nobody uses the clutch either. I don't think I've seen a single person touch their clutch in MX Simulator ever through a corner. So I guess I can't necessarily blame them for that either. But I like it, you know. AI does seem easy, but they also told me in this pre-build of the game that the AI was going to be easy. It's not like they have the final version of how the AI is going to look and feel, so that's a positive development, that if they can make them a more challenging. I'm trying to look and see what the AI is doing in the corners as well, but this is something that I feel like I'll get more into with the career mode gameplays. The AI in the past used to just like turn off of nothing and get a ton of boost and power and stuff like that. Doesn't really feel like that's happening with some of these guys that I'm coming up on. And I'll tell you, man, like honestly, I feel like I've had a different scrub and whip off of a lot of these jumps so far, where I'm doing a lot of the similar stick movements, but the bike is reacting differently to a lot of the things that I'm doing. So that might be a positive development where not every scrub looks the same, not every little like flick of whip looks the same or whatever. I do know one thing I wanted to try here to kind of wrap up this video is what I would call the wheelie glitch, which is wheeling over the face of jumps to stay lower. Let me see if I can do it on this rhythm section over here, because it comes down to doing it in transition. So you like land off of that, and I didn't quite clear it all the way. Some of these jumps are a little bit too big to even try it, but it is something that a lot of the fast players learn to do. Ken Roxon's a little bit too far back here, but oh well. So you land in a wheelie.
Damn!
I'm not very good at it, so it's the tough part. I've always tried to learn these games in more of like a realistic manner. So what if I tripled on? Yeah, like that. Yeah, I guess it does still kind of exist. It doesn't feel like you can match skills as much though. At least not as much as you used to. Look at that. Like,
damn,
like,
that was good.
Whip right there. It's tiny. I get it. It's not like we're throwing Axel Hodges whips, but little stuff like that is kind of neat, where like it flicks out and you can almost feel like the point in which it stops and starts to come back a little bit. Like that, I like that. It looks good. It feels good. It looks right as well. Like I feel like I'm actually moving the bike around in the right directions and stuff here. So yeah, maybe I'm being too positive. I get it. You know, maybe some things are definitely in need of help, and I get it, but I do like what I'm feeling so far, and hopefully with a few more, you know, patches, updates, whatever, we start to feel a little bit better stuff from this game as well. Curious what you guys think, though, just looking at the gameplay of it, what you see that, you know, might be good or bad or whatever. I know that sometimes you guys call me a shill and a sellout for this game, but I don't know. Look around our channel. We've got a freaking ton of other sim content as well, so it is what it is. But in terms of just a fun little playable type of game, I do say I like what I'm feeling here so far. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little walkthrough gameplay footage here in Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game 5. If you have any more questions, comments, or concerns, please be sure to let me know and hit me up in the comment section below. But thanks guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. So long for now.
Yo, that was good. I like that. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, that game is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is one of the best games I haven't played in a while, So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hit the notifications. Don't forget to subscribe to your boy. And also smash the like button, comment down below, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.